Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're going to take a look at page 51 from the Qur'an, from the Mus'haf, to see if we can identify and read some of the letters and symbols we've recently learned. Let's begin with these three letters and symbols here. First, we need to identify this letter. What's the letter we learned that has two dots above this shape? That would be the letter ta. So we'll write a T for the letter ta. After identifying the letter, we want to identify the haraka. A loop like this written above a letter is the dhamma, which sounds like U. So we'll write a U for the dhamma. Moving on to the second letter, which is a wave-like shape with no dots. That would be the letter ha, which makes a sharp H sound. So we'll write a capital H for the letter ha. Next, we want to look for the haraka, so we see this written above the letter ha. Are you able to guess this symbol? This is actually a sukoon. Now previously when we learned the sukoon, we learned that it looked more like this. It resembled a circle written above a letter. However, in the Qur'an, in the Mus'haf, you may find it written like this. So as you can see in this Mus'haf, that is how the sukoon is written. And there are many examples throughout this page. So you just want to keep in mind that this is a sukoon. And what did we learn about the sukoon? The sukoon means that the letter does not have a haraka. So we're not going to write anything after the H, because the sukoon lets us know that this ha does not have a vowel sound coming after it. So let's move on to the third letter. Which letter has this W shape with three dots above? That would be the letter sheen. So we're going to write SH for the letter sheen. And then finally, we want to identify the haraka. A line written above a letter represents the a sound. It's called a fatha, so we're going to write an A for the fatha. So if we read this combination of three letters and their symbols, it would be tuhsha, tuhsha, tuhsha. Let's try one more together, and this here will be the first entire word that we read together from the Qur'an. This is a word that means love. So let's identify the first letter. Which letter is a wave shape with no dots? That would be the letter ha. So we're going to write a capital H for that sharp ha. Next, we want to identify the haraka. A loop shape above a letter is the dhamma, which sounds like U. So we're going to write a U for the dhamma. So together, the ha and dhamma sound like hu. Hu. Moving on to the next letter, which has a U-like shape with a dot underneath. That would be the letter ba. So write a B for the letter ba. So next we want to look for the haraka, and what do we find? We find a shadda with a dhamma above it. So we want to start with the shadda. What does the shadda represent? The shadda represents a double letter. That means that there are two B's that we're going to write. And remember, when the shadda indicates a double letter, the first of those two letters is going to have a sukoon, meaning there's going to be no vowel sound coming after it. So we just simply write a B with no vowel sound coming after it. And then for the second ba, we write another B, and then look to the haraka that's written. And the haraka that's written is the dhamma, which is represented by the letter U. So if we read this word from the Qur'an, it would be pronounced hubbu, hubbu, hubbu. That does it for this exercise. Congratulations to all of you who just read your first word in Arabic from the Qur'an. Keep up the great work, and before you know it, inshallah, you'll be able to read the entire Qur'an in the Arabic language. Jazakumullahu khairan. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.